Hey guys, what's cracking? It's Krakenation. I'm coming at you guys today for the next installment of our competitive analysis videos. Today we're going to be talking about Hatterene? I think it's Hatterene. Hatterene is what we're going to call it today. But we're going to talk about Hatterene and its place in the competitive meta and how you can use it on a competitive team, sets you can run, things to support it, and the like. If you guys are enjoying these videos, if you want to support this channel, and if you want to stay up to date with all of my competitive analysis videos and the playthrough and all the things we're going to do on the competitive ladder and playing games and stuff, make sure to go click that subscribe button. The channel has been absolutely exploding recently, and it's been unbelievable, guys. So if you want to continue to support that, please click that subscribe button. It is so appreciated. If you want to leave a comment down below letting me know what you think about Hatterene, be sure to do that and like the video. Also, we've got a Discord community that is just starting to explode as well. We've had so many people join recently, and the chat's starting to liven up, and it's been so fun to see people start talking about competitive Pokemon, having fun, getting to know each other. It's been just completely awesome. So go ahead and join the Discord down in the description box below. Let's go ahead and talk about Hatterene. So Hatterene, the obvious comparison is going to be Gardevoir. It's a psychic fairy type like Gardevoir, the special attacker like Gardevoir. So we're going to have to analyze it in comparison to Gardevoir. So first up, its abilities are healer. That's going to be more of a something for for doubles. Anticipation is going to let you know if your opponent, when you switch in, if your opponent has a move that hits you super effectively. Kind of useful, actually, but I want to say for the most part, you're going to want to use Magic Bounce. Magic Bounce is actually a really good ability. It's definitely a terrific ability on a lot of support Pokemon. You're going to be able, and offense Pokemon and the like. So you're going to be able to come in and force your opponent to not be able to click any status moves when you do, because they will risk having them bounced back at them. So that's going to be moves like Toxic, Stealth Rocks. This Pokemon can come in and bounce those right back on your opponent, and that's going to make it really good, and I think a really solid addition to any competitive team. I think this Pokemon honestly has a chance to be quite excellent on like an RU or a UU team. I definitely see it being quite good. So let's go ahead and take a look at these stats, see what Hatterene is working with, or Hatterene. I can't decide how I'm going to pronounce this thing. It is quite tricky. So it's got 57 HP. That's not great, but 95 defense and 103 special defense is pretty good. So it's probably got around average to slightly above average special bulk. 90 attack, 136 special attack is terrific. That is a phenomenal special attack stat. 90 attack is also not bad if you wanted to run a random physical coverage move. Because it does actually get quite a few of them, you would definitely be able to. 29 speed is awful. Can't even hit 30. Can't even do that right. But that's actually going to be kind of notable, because if you're not running Trick Room, you're going to be having a hard time being faster than even base 30s, so you're going to want to creep those maybe perhaps a little. But notably, if you are running Trick Room, and I think that's going to be the best Hatterene set, if you're running Trick Room, 29 speed will make you slower than all the base 30s. And 30 is a really common breakpoint in speed tiers. We'll talk about speed tiers. If you haven't checked those out, we'll talk about that someday. But speed tiers are going to be kind of like where you fall along with speed and what you're able to outspeed. So under Trick Room, this thing is going to be able to outspeed opposing Trick Room users that are hitting 30. So that's actually pretty crucial, I think, if you're in a meta where Trick Room has any sort of prominence. So 136 special attack stat, though, is going to be the standout stat and going to make this thing a pretty potent special attacker. Let's go ahead and take a look at this thing's notable moves. There are too many here for me to list, so I'm just going to go through, I think, the most significant ones. First up, it's got a really good support move pool. Things like Aromatherapy, Nuzzle, Thunder Wave, Light Screen, Healing Wish. Great support move pool if you wanted to use it as a support mod. I think its best options are going to be as a special attacker, though, and it's got a great special attacking move pool. Psychic or Psyshock is a notable one. Shadow Ball, Mystical Fire actually is another big one that, yeah, it's right there on the second one. Mystical Fire is going to let you hit Steel types, not very hard, but also got Dazzling Gleam. Draining Kiss is another move that it gets. That's a little weaker, but it will give you some recovery, so that's kind of nice. Giga Drain. It's got physical moves too, though, like Play Rough and Psycho Cut for stabs. Power Whip is really cool. So it's got special moves, physical moves. This thing's got the work. Its best setup move, it gets access to Calm Mind. Calm Mind is going to be one of the sets that I suggest to you guys today. So that's another move. Like you guys can see here, this is literally overflowing. I don't have space to fit all of these notable moves in. So this notable move list is absolutely massive, and this Pokemon is, I think, going to be quite viable in a lot of different formats and a lot of different sets. So for the first set we're going to be looking at, we're going to take a look at Trick Room. Hatterene, man, that's tricky. We're going to run Life Orb to boost that special attack stat as quickly as you can. Get your special attacks as strong as you can. We're going to run Magic Bounce. Like I said, that might be an ability that's helpful earlier in the game as well. 252 HP, 252 special attack. is going to be to maximize your offensive capabilities as well as your bulk. Quiet nature and a 0-speed IV thing will be important because it's going to allow you to be as slow as possible under Trick Room. So you want to run that quiet nature with 0-speed IVs, I should say. Now I'm going to run Psyshock here. You can also run Psychic based on your team support. I'd probably run Psyshock just so you can hit special with your special attack on the physical defensive side of their Pokemon. Trick Room is going to be your go-to move to set up and get your clean on the way. Dazzling Gleam will be your best fairy move. Unfortunately, this thing does not get Moonblast. Finally, Mystical Fire will let you hit those steel types that resist your 2 stabs. So that's going to be the best set I think you could run. You obviously could make space for something like Giga Drain, for example, or maybe like a Shadow Ball, but I think this is the best set to run. I think this set's going to be best used as a cleaner. You set up that Trick Room, you've got the bulk to set it up, and then hopefully you are able to punch through some stuff later in the game. So the next set I'm going to have suggested here for you guys is going to be a Calm Mindset. This time we're going to run the same Magic Bounce ability. We're going to pair it with Leftovers so that you're able to get some more recovery. 252 HP, 252 defense, and a Bold Nature will maximize your physical bulk, and then your special defense and your special attack will get boosted by Calm Mind. This thing gets stored power. That's pretty cool. So you're going to be able to run stored power and get those really powerful attacks off eventually. I like this set a ton. I think this set's also really phenomenal. The only problem it's going to run into is that it doesn't have a lot of recovery. So that's why I put Draining Kiss here as an option instead of Dazzling Gleam. Draining Kiss will give you a chance to hopefully recover up some damage that you've taken over the course of the game. Now keep in mind, it's got really low base power, so you're going to need a lot of Calm Mind boosts to be doing any significant damage, but that is definitely an option. Again, now I want to run Mystical Fire in that last spot, because otherwise Steel types are going to literally wall you to Kingdom Come. But that's obviously another coverage option that you can choose based on your team support. But I ran Mystical Fire here because I think you're going to want to be able to hit those Steel types. Now, so let's summarize by taking a look at some pros and cons. And obviously, the pros con column is pretty big here, and I really like Hatterene. This is a Pokemon that I would really like to use. It's got decent mixed bulk, great special attack, absolutely terrific special attack, a really, really effective offensive move pool on both sides with coverage moves to boot. Utility move pool is there for sure. We talked about things like Trick Room, Light Screen, Nuzzle. Those are Healing Wish. Those are all really good options. And like I said, Trick Room set is going to be really good, so I think this thing could be a really valuable member of any kind of Trick Room team. Cons, it's really slow. That's always going to be a con. If you're outside of Trick Room, that's going to kind of suck. It's got no reliable recovery, and that's a really big problem for a Pokemon that kind of would really appreciate recovery. Finally, a mediocre defensive typing with a few really common weaknesses, such as Bug type. Steel types are going to be able to hit you really hard. Things like that. Ghost types are pretty effective offensively. So you're going to need to keep an eye out for a pretty mediocre, not awful, definitely not. I put it in the cons column. It's not awful, but it is a easily taken advantage of defensive typing. So, to kind of give you some team options and some threats you want to look out for, I think Fellow Trick Roomers will be a good option for Hatterene if you are running it on a Trick Room team. Those Fellow Trick Roomers could give Hatterene the chance to hopefully set up or get some more attacks off, or alternatively, could benefit off of remaining turns that Hatterene has. Steel Beaters are going to be really helpful. Mystical Fire is your best move to hit them. It is a fire move, but unfortunately it does not hit that hard. It's got low base power at 75. So opposing Pokemon, your teammates that can beat opposing Steel types will be really appreciated. Finally, this Hatterene set, especially the Trick Room set, is primarily a cleaner more than a really powerful sweeper because it doesn't have access to a lot of boosting moves when you're setting up those Trick Rooms. You don't have time to set up a Calm Mind, for example, or the space in your moveset. So you're going to want to pair it with Wall Breakers and things that can help, like maybe even pivots that can help get you some chip damage through the course of the game. And that way, when your cleaner Hatterene comes in, you'll be able to just really punch through some stuff. Some big threats for Hatterene are going to be Powerful Priority. This Pokemon's physical defense is not terrific. It's about average, maybe even a little above, but it's about average. So Powerful Priority moves are going to be something you want to look out for. Next up, Steel types and Steel moves in general will be a big problem for you. This Pokemon relies on Mystical Fire to break through Steel types, and while that is a decent move, its low base power is going to be a little limiting, especially if the Steel types are pretty specially bulky, because you're not going to hit them with Psyshock, hit them on the physical defensive side, and Mystical Fire won't be able to get through that special defense stat potentially. So things that can beat Steel types obviously will be really appreciated. So let me know what you guys thought about this Hatterene video. This is a Pokemon that I absolutely love. I am so excited to try it. I think it's got a lot of competitive viability. One thing I didn't even talk about really is how supportive it can be with things like Healing Wish. That's definitely a set you could run as well, like a Healing Wish Reflect set, help set up a fellow offensive Pokemon. Magic Bounce could be really good in those situations. So I think this Pokemon's really, really good. I'm really excited to give it a shot, use it on my competitive teams. And if you guys enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date again with everything that I'm doing, make sure you click that subscribe button, guys. It's been unreal, this journey we've taken over the past week or so. Just this absolute blow up the channel experience has been like nothing I've ever seen. I've been so appreciative of every step along the way. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you're as excited as I am to continue with this. Go ahead and join our Discord community if you'd like. We're starting to pop off in there. It's getting pretty lively, and that's a lot of fun. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Krakenation out.